I can assure you I mean you no harm.
Who are you?
Who is but the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask.
Well, I can see that.
Of course you can. I'm not questioning your powers of observation. I'm merely remarking upon the paradox of asking a masked man who he is.
Oh, right.
But on this most auspicious of nights, permit me then, in lieu of the more commonplace sobriquet, to suggest the character of this dramatis persona. Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified, and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta, held as a votive not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, this vichyssoise of verbiage veers most verbose, so let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Groovy.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Knife Party Podcast, where we leave it all on the cutting room floor. I'm, of course, joined by one of my aspiring podcasts is what I was going to say, but I want to say most appreciated Patreons, because I think you've actually earned your stripes. This, my friend, I've counted, will be your 50th episode. And that would be one H1N1 Zombies.
What's up, everybody? Wow, I've done 50 of these things already?
Dude, not only that, did you know this marks the 1-year anniversary of the start of the Knife Party Podcast?
Oh, well, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't get you anything.
You don't have to. You're a Patreon, dick. All right, so let's introduce our players today. We got a full house minus, we don't have Antonious today.
Nope, or Antonious.
But we do have, of course, Nick, Neo, and Dee Dee. Say what's up.
What's up?
All right. We also have returning. We haven't heard from him in a while, at least since Slimemark Radio. Never been on the show. We have Radio Free Ian. I don't know what he's doing, but apparently he doesn't. Okay, he's doing something. And then also we have. What's up, dude? We also have, believe it or not, fuck the Knife Party, Jonathon Fallen of Hoodcast AF.
Yo, and this is just from my listeners. Fuck the Knife Party Podcast shirts. T-shirts are coming soon.
Dude, I can't wait. This is such kayfabe breaking that we are actually working together, and your fans are so fucking retarded that they don't know that it's a work. Or maybe
it's not a work, because really, fuck the Knife Party Podcast, because I want these T-shirts to sell.
We want to get laid.
So I have to believe in what I'm
do you still
putting
believe?
out there.
Do you still believe?
I still believe. 40 days in the cave, I have to.
Just to believe.
Hey, H1N1. I love the Schmeagle. I'm a huge ringer, man. What's up, my ringer?
Master's very nice to post Smeagol.
Fuck the Knife Party Podcast! Yeah!
Yeah, let's all get laid. Fuck us. It's going to be awesome.
You promised.
You know
what up, my ringer?
Do you know how much pussy is going to be thrown our ways with these T-shirts?
Just, I don't know. Do you measure pussy in tons? Tons.
Oh, you mean they're fat girls?
Sure. Let's take it.
Yeah. You know what? They need love too. I know about thrilling. Wait a minute. There's a story we could talk about thrilling.
Well, hold on. Nightmare Before Christmas was just re-released in theaters.
Oh, that means every girl. Oh my god,
dude. You just go hang out at the theater. You're gonna meet a fat goth girl easily. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm saying that.
You know the greatest thing about fat goth girls, though? Their vaginas smell nice because they're never used.
Or clean.
It's like it's got that new vagina smell. You know, you open up and you're like, ooh, Hot Topic and incense.
Is that Jack Skellington perfume from Hot Topic?
It's going to be hard to review this movie with this many people telling this many jokes. Oh, Neo's back. Neo dropped out. All right, he's back. There he is. All right, so we're going to get into
all the wrong jokes.
Yeah, you did. It was about fat goth chicks, which they are awesome.
Oh, no, I heard it.
Oh, okay, good.
Tongue twister.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be talking about V for Vendetta. I'm a huge fan of this movie. Besides, I put this in my top 3 comic book movies or graphic novels, if you want to be a dick about it. And I say it's in order: Crow, Batman 89, and then this. And then Watchmen as a
I was going to say
fourth.
criminal if you didn't put Watchmen in there.
Oh, I'm putting Watchmen in there. I'm just saying it's not. I like the dark gothic look of those 3 movies because they look like a graphic novel. Usually they're black and white, you know?
Well, I guess if you're doing like Sin City or something like that, yeah, where it would match the style.
This movie has it reminds me of The Crow.
Okay,
I see that.
By the way,
just the way, how they do the cityscapes in Sin City, The Crow.
Well, Sin City was done very much in that Alex Proyas style.
Yeah, it's weird. Our timing is off right now.
Well, it's all right. Alex Proyas style of like Dark City. Sin City rips it off with that whole cell shading, where they will actually take. You know, it's all like the Matrix cameras and it's all green screen and they filled it all in. I actually did really like that. That being said, there's something about this movie and there's something about The Crow and everything else where it's like more organic. It actually feels dirty and wet and rainy.
It do feel wet.
Yes.
Crow's damp.
Crow's damp. It rains all the time. So this movie only got a 73 on the Rotten Tomatoes meter. It got an audience score of 90.
There we go. There's the people.
There you go. What would you give this? Let's go to the peanut gallery. What would you guys give this? Starting with you, Ian. I know you haven't watched this in a while, so you could just go pass if you want to. I don't want to grade this movie shitty because it's in your memory and you did or did not like it.
I mean, yeah, I passed it.
Pass. Now, keep in mind, we have a new way to rank movies, okay? So 60 or above is certified sharp.
Yep.
70 above means it's better than 2001 Space Odyssey. 80 and above means it's better than Event Horizon. Mm-hmm. 90 and above is it's on par with The Crow. And 100 is in the Hall of Fame, and there's only a few movies that share that. Yeah, certified stainless. And the only movies that got that thus far is RoboCop, Predator, Terminator, and there was another one, wasn't there?
Wasn't it Starship Troopers?
Oh,
yeah.
Starship Troopers and Princess Bride.
Princess Bride, I think those got like a 99, but they were so close to 100, we just said, fuck it, they're certified. Yeah. So those are what we call perfect movies.
Yes.
So, how about you, Nick? What would you give V for Vendetta?
What was the viewer score?
Viewer score is 90.
Don't cheap out on that. Come up with your own. Don't listen to this.
No, I was asking what it was.
So,
I'd say a solid 94.
94.
Wow.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Fallen?
Here's the problem. I've only seen it once, and that was when it first came out. But
so
you know,
18 years ago?
I'm open to learning by listening to you guys, but here's my problem with it. The shots, the cinematography of it is like really straightforward and bland, whereas the message is good, the story is good, the acting is okay, but it's too straightforward, and I don't dig that at all. The shots are not
getting shot like the comic book.
You got to remember.
Rules the radio, guys. One at a time.
Natalie Portman fucking shaved your head, dude. Come on, that's rad.
Well,
Yeah, don't like her.
she's still what? Get the fuck out of here, dude!
I do not like Natalie Portman. I don't. The Star Wars prequels sucked. I hate her in that. Like, it's just terrible.
We know Star Wars prequels sucked. We're not saying that she's not hot and talented.
Yeah.
Look, she's not even that hot, dude. She's like
Get
a
the
B
fuck
plus.
out of here!
You get the fuck out of here! No,
I don't have a wiener.
God damn it.
All right, so all right, no. Let me.
Beverly Hills Cop 3 is a better movie. And I just quoted it by saying, "No, I cannot," because Eddie Murphy goes, "Get the fuck out of here, Serge," and he goes, "No, I cannot."
Oh yeah. That's like, can I get you a coffee with a little espresso?
Yeah, no, I cannot.
Dude, you know what's funny? When I was a kid, I thought that guy and the dude from Ghostbusters 2, let me see the baby, were the same guy.
Are they not?
I could see it.
I was 8, dude. Come on, man. That was 32 years ago. I was retarded. All right. So I'm going to piggyback on that real quick, Jonathan. I agree with you because if you see like The Crow, Dark City, or any other movie we just mentioned that's a comic book movie, even fucking Scott Pilgrim, the definitely Watchmen.
Definitely
the camera work is superb, where this is more grindhouse kind of style, I think.
It definitely fits the style of the comic, though.
It does.
Yes, it does.
There is some differences.
I prefer like the Watchmen show though over the movie.
The Watchmen show was great.
Got too political for me.
Watchmen show was dope.
I do not want to see politics in my fucking my entertainment, dude. I'm tired of it. Especially that I follow it. It's like pro wrestling to me, but I still hate it. I like hate.
That's what Watchmen was all about, though.
Yeah, it was about the Cold War.
Yeah, it's all politics, dude.
Yeah, and the original Watchmen is not. The original Well, it is. No, I
is.
apologize. No, I apologize. I was going to say it's the Vietnam
The
War
Watchmen
into the
is
Cold
the
War.
boys before there was even the boys.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally true. Now, as the toy collector guy, there is a lot of figurines of V. At least that's
actually there's not.
There's not.
No,
there's
it's just
not.
the mask.
So the internet. So the internet is wrong.
Yeah, they're
even
wrong.
like the Funko Pops. They made like 2 of those.
So
Funko
are
Pops.
you? So what are these? A lot of fan made figures? Because on eBay there was a lot of them. They all looked really cool.
Yeah, so they're 1/6 scale figures made by independent artists and knockoff companies. So there's no
broke ass NECA ones, right?
No, nothing like that. And
I know NECA.
They're all 1/6 scale. So like they're all these like independent like designers who do it. And some of these guys got hired on by like the Hot Toys, or Sideshow, which is the big time company, but they never made one themselves. V.
Really?
So yeah, no, that I know of. I could be proven wrong, but like there wasn't a bunch of them. Like there is all the underground companies making them.
I'm actually quite surprised seeing how this movie had a cult phenomenon out the gate, and it still is like a very, very huge weird favorite. Like audience score 90.
No, you can still go to Spirit
But where's
Halloween
the part-
and get a fucking cheap plastic V
Exactly.
mask. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and the V mask took off with all the politics going on in like our living quarters and shit like that. Yeah, with like all the
Dude, do you want to hear
people dancing and wearing the fucking V mask? But still,
Anonymous.
like, yeah, there's none of that shit out there. Where's the part 2? Where's the part 3?
It doesn't need
didn't
one.
Capitalize. Where's the show though?
Okay, so you wanted to do The Crow where you have Eddie Furdog being V? I know you do.
There's so much
That
money
sounds kinda cool.
to be made from this franchise, which is not a franchise, it's one movie. Where is the rest of that shit?
Jonathan, you totally
can't. That's why there's no toys. That's why there's no anything for this other than just the mask.
Dude, you totally stepped on H1. Zombies goes, actually, that'd be kind of cool seeing it for long as V.
I kind of want to see that now.
I do too.
I don't think it'd be good. I said I want to see it.
I know. I want to see him all like overweight and bloated, fumbling around at knives at standing of like 5'8". That would be great.
I want bad cuts.
Everyone loves a comeback story.
They do.
I want bad cuts where you can tell it's a stunt man.
So let's read off some stats here. Rated R, strong violence, obviously. They have it genreized on Rotten Tomatoes as action, mystery, thriller.
I guess if you're just following the cop, yeah.
Mystery, I get that. Yeah, the main detective, who's our main character, is awesome. I mean, arguably our main character. Thriller, not really. I'm never sitting there with goosebumps going, what's going to happen next? You know?
I would say more suspense than thriller out of the two.
Probably.
Interesting. So this was released on St. Patrick's Day in 2006. It was supposed to be released November 5th of 2005. And here's some kind of cool shit. In 2005, on November the 5th, this would have been the 400th anniversary of Dantes.
Damn.
So that's kind of cool. I don't know how they fumbled that up. I'm guessing that there was another movie that came out in 2005, maybe like a Lord of the Rings sequel or some shit. I don't know.
Actually, part of the problem was the 7/7 attack.
Oh, that wasn't Boston, was it?
No, that was London.
No, that was in London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't release a terrorist movie around a terrorist attack.
They bombed the 7-Up factory?
Make 7 up yours. Running time of 212, which adds up to 5. So 2 hours and 12 minutes. Warner Brothers produced this. And let's see. Let's talk about some of the actors. Obviously, Hugo Weaving is in this. Here goes a fun fact about this.
What up, my ringer? He's a ringer.
So Hugo Weaving was on a fucking tear in the late 90s and into the 2000s.
Agent Smith.
He was Agent Smith.
Elrond.
Which way?
Yeah. Ringer, dude.
He was 3 movies The Matrix had, all fucking blockbusters. And then he was in Lord of the Rings, all fucking blockbusters. And then he's in this. This is when he started to taper off, but I thought this is actually my favorite role he's been in. The way they got his voice so good is they had a mic on his temple, like a little tiny lapel mic. Mm-hmm. They had a mic inside the mask, and then he overdubbed. Do you know how hard it was for him to go like through that monologue we played in the beginning? That means
it's all ADR. Yeah.
Well, still, it's hard. If you fuck up one syllable, it's like shit. Redo it. So
you do it again. Yeah.
He has to dub himself.
It did showcase his theatrical talent, though.
Yeah, most definitely. Very
and voice acting.
We have Natalie Portman, of course, as Eevee, which is spelled wrong. How do you spell Eevee?
Like the Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
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 Is it not?
Eevee? No, she spells it Eevy, and that just sounds
like
Eve. Whatever. Get out of here. It's spelled Eevee. What is your favorite Eevee again? I think we had this conversation.
Well, according to the best Pokemon and human relations, Vaporeon is the most. Never mind.
Oh, because the vagina thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We also have Stephen Ray, who plays...
terrible name for a vagina.
Vaporeon? Well, I mean, it does have like hydro pump, if you know what I mean. Yeah! He can only do it 5 times, then it has to rest. We also,
not enough PP left for that move.
It's such a fucking nerd joke. We have Steven.
It sounds like a mega porn outlet.
I guarantee there's
movies and shit.
There's got to be a vape porn.
Don't go on the hub and don't Google Vaporeon.
There's a vape porn.
Don't go on the hub and don't Google.
Dude,
Vaporeon.
we need to review vape porn.
Oh, and no.
My top favorite vape porns. We also have John Hurt, who plays Sadler. Stephen Ray, who plays Finch, who's my favorite character. We also have, let's see. Oh, yeah, Stephen Fry, who plays Gordon, who is the closeted homosexual TV show host, who is the most charming character. And, dude, like, what happens to him is the most fucked up scene.
Oh, yeah. Getting smacked upside the head with an asp. Not fun.
Yeah.
Don't recommend that at all.
Yeah. No doubt. Don't fuck with that guy. So let's see what else. Some fun facts about this. Let's see. That intro with V is 48 words starting with the letter V.
Gotta love the alliteration.
Exactly. Again at 11:05.
Donald Duck. Yeah.
At 11:05, when Big Ben blows up, 11:05 forms a perfect V. Also, it's 11. Get it? The November 5th. Some other fun things is there was 22,000 dominoes in the domino scene.
Oh, that wasn't like fake CGI? They actually did that shit?
Nope. That was real domino.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
On
So
top
tedious.
of that, guess how long it took?
Guessing like a full day.
Just one day?
Oh, God.
5 hours?
Multiple days?
5 hours. Okay. Anyone else got a guess?
4 days.
2 weeks.
4
$1,
days.
Bob.
She's closest. 200 fucking hours to do that domino scene. And it had to line up, even though it's like one cut, they had multiple cameras so that he could just pick up the last one that goes into the train. Dude, 200. You know what that means? Someone took a piss and accidentally their foot hit it and they're like, oh, Brad, you were so fired.
Oh, yeah. Immediately fired.
Had to be, right? Okay.
That would have been funny, though.
So, yeah, this is I would say this is a revenge movie, and the best comic book movies are the revenge movies, are they not? Old Boy counts, actually, if we're counting revenge graphic novels.
I didn't know Old Boy was a comic first.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it was. Anyway, you guys ready to watch trailer, and we'll get started talking about this fuck this pig?
Yeah.
Let's fuck this pig. Here we go.
Also 96.
What do you mean 96? Go on about that, because I actually dropped the trailer, and now I feel like a doucher.
No, you said you didn't ask me what I was rating it, so 96.
Oh, god damn it.
It's fine.
No, you're right. I didn't even rate. So we had a 94 to 96.
Yep.
I'm going to give this I'm going a little bit lower.
See, the only thing I can really sin this movie on is the little wisps of when he's swinging the knives around at the end.
Oh,
that looks like shit now. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how fast is he moving those knives to where he's like drawing contrails.
Well, you got to remember this was produced and written by the Wachowski brothers, and they were all like jerking themselves off with the Matrix. So
yeah, definitely felt like they were trying to recapture some of that.
Yeah, and then they cut off their wieners.
They weren't the sisters yet, so
yeah.
What happened?
You didn't know that the Wachowski brothers cut off their wieners?
They
at the
didn't
same
cut
time?
them off. They're like inside out, so they're still usable.
No, what they do, Jonathan. Let me explain.
Both
so
of them.
your wiener is here. What they do
all
is
look like our Aunt Peppers.
Yeah.
They take a scalpel to the top of the pee
we
hole.
only have one Aunt Pepper,
and
So,
they splice it like a hot dog.
The Wachowski brothers and now the Wachowski
Fillet it.
sisters.
You didn't know this?
No.
Yeah, they filleted their wieners and put them inside their bodies, and they have and they
You
have
didn't
to
know
have
this?
they have to have dialyzer plugs.
No, I haven't
one
thought
did it
about
first, and then
haven't-
was like, "That looks cool. I'm going to do that too."
Yeah, I haven't thought about the Wachowskis since like the Matrix. So
Do you know what a dilator plug is?
no.
Any trans person you know has to have like it looks like a butt plug, but it's got like multiple ridges. They have to put it in their vaginas,
Mom has a dilator plug.
or else if they don't do this, their vaginas will close up and they'll get infections and die. I'm not kidding.
Fun.
Yeah, and they have to take like antibiotics for the rest of their life. That's why a lot of them die early. I sound fucked up when I say them. A lot of people that trans die because they forget, an infection happens, and also it causes immense bone loss and kidney failure.
Or boner loss.
So if you want to be a chick with a we can't even call them that. If you want to be a very attractive dude that wants to bone other dudes, there's nothing wrong with that. But keep your wiener. That's if one can you just keep your wiener, just like for you and for me, because if I'm dating a chick, all right, now let's just say I'm single,
She has a wiener.
and
You're hanging out. You're
We're
listening
hanging
to
out.
Ween, the old school band.
Typo Negative is playing, we got some red wine, the wiener comes out, I'm already past the point of no return.
No, you're listening to Ween. You're listening to Push Them Little Daisies and make them come up.
I'm already past the point of no return for the story. I'm gonna do it
Got to do it.
now.
It's just the typo negative. That's the only thing that gets them going.
How did you know?
That's the only thing that does get you going.
Not
All
playing
right,
typo
no.
negative around
We're gonna
Zach
play the
anymore.
fucking trailer. All right, here we
All
go. Jesus Christ. And it's the long one too. Not hers. I'm talking about the trailer. Don't give me that look. I could feel your look.
Push them little daisies and make them come up.
Holy fucking buffering, man. Are you still on dial-up? What the shit?
I wish I wasn't
Here
afraid
we go.
all the time, but I am.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
Those caught in violation of curfew will be prosecuted without leniency or exception.
It's past curfew, you know.
Mercy.
Oh, not tonight.
Who are you?
Gentlemen, I want this terrorist found, and I want him to understand what terror really means.
We're working on several leads.
Her parents were detained when she was 12.
It was like those black bags erased them from the face of the earth.
You have one chance. You must tell us the whereabouts of Codename V.
If our own government was responsible for the deaths of 100,000 people, you really want to know? Those who are responsible will be held accountable. The time has come for you to live without fear.
I'm ready.
This country stands on the edge of oblivion. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
Kill him.
My turn.
I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. We're all part of it. Are we ready for it?
The only verdict is vengeance.
Kick ass, right?
Cool trailer.
I want to watch it again. Where did Ian go? All right, fuck it. All right, so with that, start the show.
That's the episode, just us doing.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Fuck, that was even better. That one was better. God
Yeah, that
fucking
was
damn
not
it. Fucking damn it.
Fuck the Night Party podcast.
All right, so let's set the mood for this. The year is 2023, and the left has control over this government. Now, they actually...
The fuck? It's a fascist government. It's
Wait.
It's conservative.
Can we talk about this movie now and not about real life?
So,
Yeah.
the left makes a virus in a lab, and they put it all
It's
over the
conservative
world.
party, bud.
And then
They say it in the movie.
and then they make everyone take this vaccine. They force it on people, and they
Oh my
shove
God.
away everybody, right? And then with that, they control dominance, and they silence you and everything else. So that's what this movie's about. Except for it takes place in 2005, and they have a lot cooler flags and shit. They're just black and red instead of... Anyway, here we go. This movie predicted the future, as a lot of cool movies do. It's dystopian. So we start out, right? And we see, is it Sadler?
Sadler.
Yeah, so Sadler is on there, and he's giving like a briefing to all his, there's like, what, 5 main government, one of them's the main head
party
inspector.
members, yeah.
Yeah, all the party members. And they're definitely a fascist government. And
it was kind of funny to me seeing him on that big screen like that, knowing that he was in 1984, where they had like the big screens, for the big oppressive government.
Did you notice that he does not blink once in the movie?
No.
When he's on the screen, he doesn't blink once, except for when he's like in the parody, like the parody of the Monty Python.
Oh, so that's how you know he's fake, because he's blinking. Okay.
Yeah. Also, that was very good. I thought it was a stunt double. That's actually him. So we start off with this, and we get kind of like the the rundown on how things are working, and they're going, double patrols here and this. And then we see, like, this guy, and he's kind of like their Rush Limbaugh, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, England prevails, this and that.
I was getting more Alex Jones out of him because he's got that crazy.
Yeah,
he's got the crazy.
But he talks
exactly
about,
Alex Jones.
He talks about the Americans and homosexuals and this and that and why England prevails. And
no, you know what I think? I'm going to tell you, you're listening to my podcast.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, yeah, no, you're Alex Jones.
And he even says, like, America is a cesspool, and God knows it is, and they're all dying, and they say they call them the sodomites, and it's just...
Here's the deal, people. This is some
cultured
weird shit
sphincter
going
of
on.
Serica.
It's just...
This is what's going on.
Black helicopters. So, as we see this... We see our main character, Evie Hammond. Well, I mean, there's arguably 3 main characters. Evie Hammond is getting ready for a night out on the town, and she's checking her watch, and she's making sure she's kind of on time. Now, she's supposed to meet with somebody. We find out who later. And as she's walking, she goes through an alley, and it says, like, there's a car driving by. There is a curfew in process. There is a... And she's like, shit. And she's hurrying, and then she gets stopped in an alley. Why do all comic book movies have shit going on in an alley?
It's a cool place for shit to go down.
I mean, think about it. Like, the first Murder in the Crow. We have, of course, so many Batman goddamn fucking tragedies happen.
Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also a kiss where they're upside down and they go...
Yeah, that was a fucking tragedy.
I don't know. I kind of thought it was cute.
Oh, she's a redhead. That's why you thought. Okay, never mind.
You fucking asshole.
Oh, she's hot, though.
I know.
Her teeth bother me.
Dude, if a girl's a 7 and she dyes her hair red, she's immediately up to a 90% on my tomato scale for either. So
bad teeth are hot, though. That makes her, like, hotter. Like,
Dude,
that she has real teeth.
I am with you. I think veneers are disgusting, and I really do think that teeth that are flawed are actually a lot better looking.
British women.
She's not British.
I let her blow
She got
me.
them British teeth.
Of course you would. You want to see those weird teeth scraping against your jaws. Moving on. So now, let's see. Copy senior for Anderson lines. Wait,
Alleyway.
Why am I looking at Jaws?
Why? This isn't
Why
Jaws.
am I in Jaws?
I mean, Jaws would
No
be a lot
teeth.
cooler
No
if he had a
teeth on
mask and knives. I would watch that movie.
Dude, you guys excited for Santa Jaws?
I thought we were doing Santa with muscles.
We're doing both.
Oh,
have you ever heard of Santa Jaws?
No, I haven't
Nope.
heard of Santa Jaws.
Well, it's free on like everything. So
Sounds like they're gonna have to pay me to watch it.
oh yeah. So anyway,
To the alleyway again.
yeah. So V, by the way, is prepping up like while this is going on. He's watching the same movie broadcast, and it's a whole like it felt to me kind of like a Zodiac prep scene. Where you see him like putting on the gloves and getting
Very
his knives.
ritualistic.
Yeah, and it was very cool. And I love it when they do stuff like that. And you don't see his face. You just see him kind of gearing up. You don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy unless you read the comic book, right? So anyway,
I hate that. I think it's super cheesy and stupid. I did not like that at all.
that's why you play with toys and we review movies. So going back.
Oh, cheap shot.
It's not a cheap shot.
Okay.
I am
That's
trying.
a cheap shot.
Trying to sing the praises of this movie, and you're just taking double deuces on it.
No, you're just because I'm playing the devil's advocate of this. You know, I don't enjoy certain parts of this that like are just stupid. It's just dumb filmmaking. Like it's just run of the mill.
I'm
that scene absolutely run of the mill.
Nick
Dude,
Neo.
like, he's getting ready. Cut scenes between put the gloves on. You know, what is he, fucking Batman?
Neo.
I mean, kinda.
Neo.
He's kind of Batman. Yeah.
Neo, I need you to use your powers of cinema judge. How say you?
All I'm hearing is Norse fire propaganda coming out of Jonathon right now.
Whoa.
In-universe burn. Those are rare.
Damn, dude. Well, remember, Neo, you do have veto power. We could silence Jonathon for a good 90 seconds if you get very upset. But you can only press that button twice.
Why would you do that when you're reviewing a movie about censoring people? Okay.
Oh, speaking of censor, I asked you about if you could see your numbers, and you said you're on Red Dot. I noticed recently that all of our Canada listeners completely gone. Well, it turns out there was a law passed that you actually have to abide by Canadian rules to have your pot. Dude, I swear to fucking God.
Really?
Yes.
Good. I'm tired of fucking bowing down to those fucking moose lickers. Yeah, maple syrup, subpar. Aunt Jemima's
Canadian bacon sucks.
Yeah, fuck Canadian bacon.
Fuck Canadian bacon.
Yeah, you know what else the Canadians gave us? Hawaiian pizza. Not only did they give us that abomination, they disparaged Hawaii. How dare they?
Yeah, a lot of Howleys are should be burned at the stake. A lot of
us Chris Jericho and Dave Brockie and other sundred comedians, you know. I mean,
but where do they live now? They live in the States, except for Dave Brockie. He lives in the ground.
They also gave us Justin Bieber, so fuck Canada.
You're right. Fuck Canada.
Blame Canada.
Wait a minute. Shoresy's cool, though, to be fair.
To be fair.
So
anyway, tradition.
So these fingermen are basically going like, what are you doing out past curfew?
Also, gross name, fingermen. They go around.
Well,
and
they're
grab
going to
people.
rape her.
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, they live up to that.
For point of reference to our listeners who have not watched this movie, the fingermen are secret police.
Yeah, they're the WAPA SS Gestapo. Yeah, they're Gestapo. Yeah. And their symbol, it's like the Faith in the Muse cross, which is the double Celtic cross.
I thought that was the Russian Orthodox cross, where it's got the two.
It comes from Celts, though.
I thought that came from the Byzantine Empire, other side.
I just know the Celts use that cross.
I don't know. I'm a dirty fucking heathen. I don't know.
There you go. Well, the Celts were dirty fucking heathen. Anyway, so they pull out their badges, and then all of a sudden she's going to get raped. They say, if you're not the sorriest piece of ass in London, you soon will be. And then all of a sudden...
will be the sorest.
Yeah. We see V pops out, explains like himself, like basically like just starts reading poetry from his head. And kicks their ass, but doesn't do any damage with his knives. He used them more to block, grab, and kind of like... He even does like a kind of weird chokehold with one.
Yeah.
It seems like he doesn't want to do any damage to these dudes, right?
Very Batman.
Throws him around, whatever. She, saves her, and she's like, who are you? And obviously we played it at the beginning of the episode, right? And then he goes, she goes, well, what are you doing here, blah, blah. And he goes, well, it turns out I'm a musician. Do you want to see my latest concert kind of thing? And
girls love a guy with a band.
She's like, well, I need to... She's like, I need to get home, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, it'll just take a second, and I guarantee I'll protect you. They won't find you. He takes her up to like I wouldn't say a skyscraper, but like a building that's up high. It looks like an old church or some shit. And I actually think this is where, at the end, she does her whole Shawshank scene. I think it's the same building.
It might be.
It might be.
This is every time I went to Chris's club and I played in a band and like, hey, you want to see my band? Come back to my house. It didn't work out well.
Well,
and normally, like, I'd wake up and she'd be some disgusting fat chick.
You see, Tokis, this is what happens when you play rhythms guitars. See, you don't play lead guitars like me.
No.
Then you
I
get
didn't
all
play
the
an
bitches.
instrument.
Yeah, Jonathan was like Violent J. He had a mic and he danced around and threw soda and beer on people and wore a mask.
Rhythms guitars.
And puppets.
We can't forget about puppets. Do girls like dudes that play with puppets? They got to be good with their fingers.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know we got.
But I
Jim
also
Henson?
didn't kill anyone. So
Notorious
I was like
womanizer.
Batman.
All right, anyway, we still see the Old Bailey get destroyed with Beethoven's
Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture.
1812 Overture.
My bad. I thought it was Beethoven.
No, Tchaikovsky.
The only thing I know about fucking ancient musicians is from fucking Bill and Ted, dude. I thought it was Beethoven.
Which, I want to add, is funny considering that Tchaikovsky himself was actually gay.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. And also, Zach, the only thing he knows is that, Caesar was a salad dressing.
I knew, dude, I knew
Caesar was a salad dressing.
from the get when I was trying to graduate high school, Caesar was a salad dressing dude. This is true.
Also, yes.
Jonathan,
Noah's Ark was
dude,
Joan of Arc's wife.
We gotta stop the bike here, real quick. We got to hold on. We got to revisit something. Episode 69, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Nice. You were talking about how it should have been Hitler and not Genghis Khan, or was it Napoleon?
Yeah.
Or was it Napoleon or Genghis Khan? Which one was it?
I said it would be funnier if it was Hitler, but you can't do that. You know?
Guess what? The original script, Napoleon was originally Hitler. I'm not
really
fucking dude. Google that shit. And
it would only be funny if it was the Mel Brooks Hitler.
It would have been funny if it was any Hitler. I think it would have been funny if Danny DeVito was Hitler. It would have been great.
Look, Hitler is back in comedy. Like you used to not be able to joke about AIDS, but
wait a minute. Are you saying
now AIDS is funny because it's curable, and Hitler's so in the past that like it's funny now? You know?
Are you talking about Hitler's in full swing? Yes,
Hamas is not free reign right now.
Yes, Hitler's in full swing. Have a lucky strike. Old timey radio.
I thought that was an actual like propaganda piece you're referencing. I'm like, I actually don't know that one.
No, we're talking about old timey radio. You've never heard old timey radio?
I've heard old timey radio.
You know, like that comes out of the thing that you crank, and it's like newsreels, and they look like records, but they were round like that. They look like cylinders.
I think that's even older than the 40s.
Yeah, it's older.
That's way older.
They even talk about the future.
Yeah, in the future. Hold on, old-timey radio. All right, Jonathan and I are going to have to show you some old-timey radio. We haven't done this in a while.
Oh, please, no.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to.
This is going to be a 4-hour episode.
It could be.
You walked into it. Zombies, you walked into it.
I did.
If you type in old-timey radio, you don't get anything. Oh, wait. Old-timey radio shows, laughter, comedy radio, 17 hours.
Oh, great. 17 hours of the fucking shitty transatlantic accent.
Something like that.
Why is there a pig on the screen?
I don't know. Enjoy the show. Grab a snack. Okay. Yes, that's right. Hitler's in full swing. And the Chinaman is building railroads. Also, the Irish, those poor dirty bastards, are building bridges. Isn't that right, Jonathan McGillicuddy?
Yes, that's right. 1, 2, skadoo. Jump in your jalopy because we're making some bathtub mint juleps, and also Hitler is drinking them and loving them. But the Americas are backing Hitler because we are not involved in anything, Hamas or nothing that's going on now. But wait, you come to our country, now we're involved. Yes.
Jalopy, the newest vehicle. Also, look for the Volkswagen, the people's car. And while you're driving your Mercedes-Benz, remember to light up a lucky strike. It's good for the T-zone.
Yes.
Now with 50% more asbestos.
So.
Asbestos is good for you. This just in, a new insulation product that will make your house warmer. Asbestos. Now being installed in Lucky Strikes.
That's right. Have the flavor last longer with asbestos.
Remember, 2 out of...
Yes, in the event of asbestos, name asbestos himself.
Remember, 2 out of 3 doctors recommend asbestos for any infection. It's good for you.
God damn it.
Also this, we have a new eye wash for your tired eyes after looking in the sun building railroads. It makes them whiter. It's called fiberglass.
Now with bits of radium.
Yes, no more chop suey for the Asians who built the railroads. No, now for the cowboy folk, you can shoot the bang-bang and smoke a lucky strike while doing so.
Remember, as you reload your Winchester, there is a new product available. Laudanum, for when your wife won't shut the fuck up. Give her laudanum. Good times for all.
Yes, I've got 2 guns, one for each of ya.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Apparently, this episode of Knife Party Podcast is brought to you by snake oil from fucking 100 years ago.
That's right, snake oil. All right.
God damn it.
That was
pretty good.
Thank you. Oh, good.
You guys kept that going for a lot longer than I thought you were going to.
That's the idea. In the future, there'll be cars.
All I'm picturing is Blazing Saddles. That's all I'm picturing.
That's kind of the idea. In the future, cars won't run on whale oil. They'll run on... Oh, dude, I'm not even going there.
In the future, they bury the.
And we lost it.
And we're moving on. And we are moving.
We're done. And no.
All right, back to the movie. So the Old Bailey.
Oh yeah, we're reviewing a movie.
Yeah, that's. Are you upset?
No.
The Old Bailey Building and Loan.
So
It's a Christmas movie.
Now, so anyway, the Old Bailey, and anyway, now we have McCready, and he goes, add that song to the blacklist. Tell the press that it was a good send off to the Old Bailey because we're gonna redo it, and
emergency demolition.
There you go, and they spin it as like this is a good thing for England, and they're gonna build a new one, and this and that, and they want to have those fireworks and all this shit, total propaganda, whatever. So anyway,
McCready's creepy. He looks like British Dick Cheney.
So
angrier.
It's the next morning, and we find out that Evie Hammond actually works for a news broadcast thing. I don't know if she's an intern, but she's not on the air, but she has some kind of job that's...
She's getting coffee. She's an intern.
Yeah, she's an intern. And anyway...
She's a PA. She's a gopher.
She has to sign for these masks, right? Or these packages by FedEx. So FedEx still exists. Yay. And she cuts them open after she signs, and there's all these masks, and
she doesn't say anything either. Just kind of
delivers them in, right? And now at this point,
hey, does FedEx suck in the future too? Like FedEx sucks now?
I'm sorry, what company?
FedEx.
You mean FedEx?
What?
FedEx.
Whatever. I fucking hate them.
Yeah, they suck harder than a whore in a wind tunnel.
Yeah, United Pot Smugglers is way better, but both of them are better than Golden Slave Overnight. Golden Slave Overnight is the worst.
Who?
Golden Slave Overnight.
Don't know them.
Company I sued into oblivion that they had to change their name to On Track.
Oh, God, they're
That's
awful.
an alcohol company.
No, it's not. It's a delivery company, and they mainly deliver alcohol because it's overnight. Anyway, back to the movie.
Well, I need my alcohol on time, so damn it.
You missed
Fuck!
again.
I know. What is with me? I'm missing my beer cans. Anyway, so V walks in shortly after, and he just opens up his jacket, cloak, cowl, whatever you want to call it.
It's a cloak.
And he's got TNT just all over him like hot dogs. Or wieners, if you will. And he's got like the detonation thing. And then he... Like, everyone's freaking out, and he makes everyone wear these... Well, we don't know yet, but he walks in and demands stage time and goes on, and he does this message, and it's Piccadilly Circus.
What was that little mini disc that he had, though? That thing was...
You know what that was?
It was a GameCube game?
Yeah, I was just about to say, that was Luigi's Haunted Mansion.
It was 2006.
It was 2006. And remember, that was supposed to be the future? Remember they had mini disc like recorders? They did hold a lot of info, though. They held 4 hours worth of music. That was kind of cool.
I still have all my UMDs for my PSP.
Get the fuck out of here. I've done that too many times today.
No, I cannot.
Get the fuck out of here. So,
dude, see, and that's got to be one of your next movies is got to be, Beverly Hills Cop Part 3.
Our list is, and I'm telling everybody, if you guys are a fucking $20 and above Patreon.
The Blob 89. Gotta do it.
I need to see it in writing on the fucking knifepartypod@yahoo.com because I get so many messages to me, and I want to see them in chronological order so that way everyone gets their movies in. Our movie list is over 20 movies that we haven't even touched.
There's a lot of movies.
There's a lot of fucking movies out there. The Blob is definitely on there, Jonathan. It definitely is. And when
Which version?
89.
It's so 80s.
It's so good.
It's just awesome.
It's almost pink. Like The Stuff, except for it's pink, and it doesn't have Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Right.
Oh, Jonathan,
really good.
We were just watching Friday the 13th Part 3. Did you know Chocolate Chip Charlie's in that movie?
I thought we were watching 4.
He is?
Yeah, he plays one of the bikers, the main biker.
Oh, that? Okay, yeah, it was 3 with the bikers.
Dude, that's him. Yeah, it's Chocolate Chip Charlie. I'm like,
that's the 3D version.
It's like, wait a minute.
But
that's Chocolate. No, sorry. I apologize. Strike that. It was actually Riverman is that guy. That's Riverman.
Oh, Riverman from Return of the
Living Dead Part 3.
Okay,
sorry,
yeah,
I get
sense.
my Part 3s mixed up.
No, you get your black men mixed up, dude.
All right, hold on.
Come on.
We need a PSA right now.
Dude, you fucked up.
PSA.
I'm just saying Riverman and Chocolate Chip Charlie both have very, very interesting names. They're both in a Part 3 movie. If I offended anybody, I apologize. But I don't have a wiener.
I don't know who either of those people are anyway.
You're in a safe space. You can admit that you love BBC.
I love Dee Dee's Big Bees.
Those are not bees.
I know.
No, they're not.
They're not bees.
No, dude, if she Mickey Mouse me, I would probably break my neck.
What a way to go, though.
Right?
Yeah, to Valhalla with you.
It's like, any regrets?
I like it.
Dude, what about if she's... Anyway, let's go back to the movie.
Yeah.
Or,
Death by snooze.
We're already like almost an hour. We are an hour in. All right, so... Anyway, V comes on and he goes to Piccadilly Circus, same where American Werewolf in London was filmed. And but they have like a whole Times Square thing going on. And you see V goes, hello and welcome London and this and that. And you should be afraid of your government. And there's something happening, isn't there? Da, 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 da. And then all these people are watching like, what the fuck? And then they're like, cut, cut, cut. And they can't cut out, right? He's doing the whole Joker. Love that Joker.
Yep, he said it's like, you wanted me to make this, foolproof. It goes out to everyone. I can't stop this shit.
So then V makes everyone wear masks because the next thing, cops break in and we see their body cams and everyone has a V mask on and they shoot a guy down. And then they go, cut that. They're trying to find V, but he's gone. And they're like, cut that, make that we, as a propaganda, like, oh, he was shot. So... Yep. Don't worry, and everything else, and that happens like 15 minutes later. Now, the Fingermen are after, everyone's after V at this point, and he bumps into Evie, coincidentally, and he's like, and V's about to get, like, fucked up, right? And the guy's got a gun on his back, and he turns around, and he says, he sees Evie, and he's like, well, you knew we got you. You think you can run, you can't run. And he goes, actually. And then she pops him on the shoulder, sprays him with mace, and knocks her out, but then
she got pistol whipped.
She gets pistol whipped, but then he knocks her out, and then he's looking around and he doesn't know what to do. And it's a really cool shot of, you see the surveillance camera?
Kind of choppy.
And it looks at her, and you see even later on, Finch is like, he's thinking of what to do. Does he involve her, does he not?
You left out the propaganda guy disarming a bomb with a Leatherman because he doesn't want to have to rebuild the tower. I'm like,
Thank
you fucking idiot.
Here, take these. I gotta piss. Go on. By the way, I'm gonna try to go find Ian. Ian's gone.
Where did he go? Anyway, so
Fuck Ian.
So now we have the two cops who are looking for Evie, and then one of them got knocked out. And they're trying to piece together. It's like, well, what's the deal with this guy? It's like, he's, thinking about leaving her. And it's like, well, he's a terrorist. He's not a human. And it's like, that Fash mindset got slipped in there. And he's like, no, part of him's human. Look, he's going to take him. So now she's fully involved in this. There's no more like, oh, I just had a bad night. And no, she wakes up in his underground lair, surrounded by many leather-bound books. And I'm assuming the place smelled of rich
Is she
mahogany.
bald yet?
She is not bald yet. No,
not yet. Okay,
full head of hair.
Like I'm still kind of interested now, but once she goes bald, I'm out.
Yeah. So looking around, he has a bunch of books. He has a bunch of art. He has a bunch of stuff that would be considered taboo, I guess. It was all reclaimed stuff that the government was censoring and hoarding.
A regular Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah, Fahrenheit 451 and 1984 just mixed together. Yeah, just awful shit.
Are you guys talking about the Shadow Gallery?
Yeah, the Shadow Gallery. That's what it's called. I called it the underground layer, but yeah, Shadow Gallery.
So the Shadow Gallery is fucking dope. And
jukebox.
She walks in and like you said, there's paintings that are blacklisted. He's got like all these movies and all these artifacts, and she asks like where'd they come from, and he goes, of course, Mr. Sadler's deliveries. And she's like, you'll be killed. And he goes, it's the least of my worries.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, you really think that, like, this contraband would get me in trouble? I'm like, fuck, dude. I already blew up the fucking Old Bailey.
Yeah.
There's no way that this is going to be the least of my worries, right?
Bitch, I am a full terrorist. Like, what do you mean I'm going to get in trouble for having
Freedom
paintings?
fighter, not a terrorist.
Like, he never kind of contradicts anybody on that.
Well, terrorists cause terror, come down in parachutes and shoot unarmed civilians at a rave, and then in America, college students...
paragliders.
Thank you.
It was very Fortnite-esque.
And then college students and BLM members celebrate that. That's the difference between terrorism and vigilantism.
Look, if you take your game plan from Fortnite, okay, there's something wrong. But no, move on.
I mean, it worked. But...
Actually, Fortnite got it from GTA 5 online.
So this is all GTA's fault.
It is. Well, fucking, I blame GTA for a lot of shit. Anyway. So Evie awakes here. Yeah, he's showing him everything. And then this is in the morning, right? The next day where he makes her eggy in the basket.
Yep.
And you see his hands are all fucked up. And
I thought that was sausage at first.
It's eggy in a basket.
I was like, what?
So by the way...
He's talking about his hands.
Yeah. So here's how you make eggy in a basket if you're not sure. You take a piece of rye or wheat toast. You get a shot glass. You put the shot glass in the middle of the toast. And you turn it like this, about 90 degrees back and forth. You take out the piece of the little butt plug of bread, throw that away. Then you get butter.
Sounds delicious.
It is delicious. I made eggy in a basket a lot. You throw your toast in there. You kind of get the butter. It's almost like you're doing a French toast in a way, except for you crack the egg in the middle. Salt, pepper it, garlic salt. You have to use garlic salt. Flip it and serve it. And eggy in the basket, fucking delicious, and it's a great hangover cure.
Sounds bland as fuck.
It's not. It's butter, it's egg, and it's toast all in one.
Yeah.
In a lot of butter.
It's like you're eating like a full breakfast meal in one thing.
Minus the bacon.
Having eggs and toast.
Now,
where's the bacon? Where's the hash browns?
Hold on, real quick. You could do evergreen eggy, and that's the same thing, but you use bacon grease instead of butter.
Okay, now you have my attention.
Yeah, you cook 3 pieces of bacon, and you save the grease, and then you throw in it. And dude, I'm telling you, it's next level.
You'd be amazed what like Zach can do with
6 milk bottles, a tuning fork, and a lawn chair.
And a lawn chair, dude. Like, it's amazing.
Just MacGyvering the shit.
I don't know how he makes breakfast out of that, but he does.
Dude, I have the best sexual act ever that I could do with those.
Oh.
And then I make toast afterward. We'll get into that.
Better be some good toast. I'm gonna try.
Toast, eggs, waffles, toast, waffles, and toast.
So, do you guys want to ditch this movie and just talk about Return of the Killer Tomatoes?
Let's do it.
All right. So back to the movie. So she's like, "Oh my God, is this real butter?" And he goes, "Yes, of course. It was on the way to Sandler."
Where did you get it from? Supply train.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, "I rob everything. I kill a lot of people. That's what I do." Come on, man.
She keeps getting surprised that he's, him.
She's amazed that he has toast. Because toast, oh, shit.
So, if I'm not mistaken, and then she gets awakened, though, because he's watching Count of Monte Cristo, and he's, fighting a army, just like an army, a coat of armor, and it's got, its sword out, and he's just fucking with it.
Yeah.
And he's reciting the lines as he does.
He was having a lot of fun with that, and you could tell he's not used to having people around. That's one of those things where it's like you're having fun, and someone sees you, you're like, fuck, I have shame again.
So now, just to fast forward just a bit, so Evie and V are watching the news, and we see Lewis, the guy who's the show runner,
the voice of London.
The voice of London. London prevails because I say it prevails. And he's watching himself while he takes a shower on many monitors. And then he calls the station. He goes, "My nose looks like Big fucking Ben out there. Fire that person." And he's totally... First off, he's got dad bod and it's all in the butt. He's fat. You know what he's like? He's fat skinny? No, he's not. He's shapes fat.
Yeah, he's just round. He is shapes.
He's shapes.
He's pork pie.
He's something. He's doesn't
English.
It's one of those things where fupa goes around into the gooch and into that saggy ass for that perfect round.
No,
shape.
you're right, because when he grabs the towel, his stomach goes lower than his balls would hang.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, from the back, he doesn't look that. I don't know. His bone structure totally doesn't go. You know what he looks like? He looks like E Honda, where in a couple areas he looks buff, and then the rest you're like, ugh.
He looks like a typical British man,
dude.
I know E Honda. He's got that hand thing. Dude, can you imagine E Honda jerking off? It must like.
Well, now I'm doing it. So yeah, now
he'd rip off his dick, dude.
Dude, I think Neo is disgusted at our podcast.
No, I'm just laughing because Dee is over here almost asleep and she's laughing her ass off.
Anyway, well, thank you, Dee. We love you. Halloween's a coming, so let's see them pumpkins. Anyway, so they're watching the news and they're like, well, Lewis dies. So the powers that be are all sitting there and they're like, well, what do we do? Oh, he died of a heart attack, peacefully slipped in the shower.
Yeah, trying to cover it up, make it so it doesn't sound like he was killed.
Well, when he gets out of the shower, we actually see V's like reflection in the television, and we know what happens. He kills him. So when she's Evie and V are watching, she goes, "Oh, she's lying." The news girl, and he goes, "How can you tell?" She always blinks a lot when she's lying, so she knows the truth. And Evie goes like, "Did you kill him?" And he's like, "Yes, of course."
Would you prefer a lie or the truth?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, here goes a thing that a lot of, like, you may have not noticed, maybe you did notice, is he swipes a card getting in. It's Evie's card from the news. I don't know how she had access to get in there, but apparently she wasn't just like a lowly intern. Maybe she was higher up on the totem pole.
She was getting like high-end people their coffee, not just the
apparently
mid-level managers.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense.
She's an executive intern.
So she's like, he's like, "You're gonna have to stay here. I can't let you leave." She goes, "What?" And he says, "Yeah, I can't let you leave for another 364 days till the next 5th November at midnight.
And after that, it won't matter."
And after that, it won't matter. And is this when she hyperventilates and she's like all freaked out, or is this when
that was before?
Yeah,
she had the food. She's like, "Oh, he's making me breakfast. I'm happy now." You know how women are. Just you have an attitude. You need some food to fix your attitude. Did you ding me?
Jonathan did too.
Oh,
it's very true. It's very true.
What is? Are they gonna do a sexual act? What are they doing over there? Hold on. Let's zoom in on Neo. Oh no, they can hear us. Fuck. Okay, back to the movie. So now we have detectives. They're investigating Lewis and the Lark Hill experiments because they're noticing, what does he have? Like, why would V kill him?
Yeah, trying to find motive.
Yeah. So anyway, then we see I put Evie's Vatican part. Does that make any sense to you?
Oh yeah. So one of the people they found was it was a priest who got elevated to a bishop.
So they're going down the list of everyone who's been involved.
Yep.
With
Father Lilliman.
Exactly. And okay, this part's gross.
Yep. So he's going to become a bishop, and I guess he's taking his last time to do something, and I guess they were going to get him a young girl, and Evie gets thrown into the mix. Huh?
I think he froze up.
Good night.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
Bye, sweetie tits. So the guy's like, "There's a problem with the escort, your liege. You said young, and well, she's a little older."
Yeah, creepy. He's like, "Oh, I hope she's not too old."
Yeah. Now here goes the other thing.
Grace to decide.
V goes over to Evie and goes, "Will you help me?" And she's like, "Yes, of course, whatever." And then she's in like Natalie. This is funny because Natalie Portman, not only in this movie, but this reminded me of Leon the Professional, where she's like jailbait.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was her, wasn't it?
Except for instead of her being young wearing adult clothes, it's her being older wearing kids' clothes. And it's like that gross pink strawberry, like
the Lolita thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's off-putting.
Now, even in and they also tie down her titties too. I don't know if you noticed that.
No.
Yeah, they tie her down her titties quite a bit, so she looks younger. So then she
doesn't have much.
I know, but they're fine. I love fucking, give me a good A or B cup, dude. You know what? Anything over a mouthful is wasted. She does the whole.
Yeah, but she's got to wear something to show them off. They have to be pushed up.
Look, not everybody could be Dee Dee, okay? So Anyway, in fact, if Dee Dee were to bind her boobies, I'm pretty sure it'd still be bigger than my whole shoulder, like, broadness.
Yes.
Probably. How say you? Nick's just nodding his head. So anyway, she goes, Your Grace, I must warn you. And he goes, "Oh, a game. I like this game. I've never played this game." And she goes,
gross.
"The Terrace V is after you right now." And he goes, "To think I would have doubted your loveliness for a second."
No, this is no game. I'm being serious. I need protection.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think he was going to give her protection. I don't think he was going to use protection either.
I was just about to say. Oof, dude. No, moving on.
Can't use contraception because that's a sin.
Oh my God! You can if you flush out their coochies with mustard.
Chaz, get the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Is there a ghost in this movie?
No, you missed the last one with ghost.
Okay. Bye.
I'm going to call your mom.
My mama.
We're not doing those stories.
Okay. Her cell phone's down a well with her leg.
So anyway, V busts in through the window. She runs off, and he kills this dude. Now, does he strangle him to death, or we just see him die? Because I know
he's on the ground begging for mercy,
and we just kind of
just see him die. Yeah.
No, but what I mean is, does he kill him with the same like injection, or does he only do that to the nurse lady?
Well, when we see his body, he's got like the vomit of like.
So we think.
I think he is poisoned.
Yeah, he's poisoned. Because he uses the same poison, which actually, I'm not sure if in this version of the comic book, but someone told me that either the antidote or the poison itself is made from Scarlet Carson's, the rose. I could be. I know it. Maybe. They don't explain it in the movie, but I think it's in the comic book or in the lore.
No, the coroner said it was a mix of any. It was a bunch of household chemicals. Could be anything. So. Remember, it was untraceable.
I thought they said there was something like a botanist would only know about, and it dissolves, and you can't find it after it dissolves. So it's got to be something a botanist did.
No, he said she was a botanist, and he's like, "Hey, tell me about this flower that he keeps leaving at the scene." Yeah,
got it. All right. Now, keep in mind, I've only seen this movie probably about a dozen times, and I haven't watched it since. Oh, Jonathan dropped out. Oh man, they're dropping like flies.
Past his bedtime.
He got tired after, okay, now I'm getting the pedophile and I'm out.
You think so?
He was waiting to see her head to get shaved before he bounced.
Well, it is 10 and it is a work night for him, so we'll see. If he jumps back in, cool. If not, it is what it is. So anyway, now we have we have our detectives who have kind of become the main character in the movie. They kind of even overstep Evie and V in a way. They get more screen time. Because this is the end of, like, Act 1, kind of. This movie is, like, 2 hours long, so there's about 3 acts. This is when it kind of goes on the detective, and this is where this movie really picks up for me, because I like the detective noir, trench coat, kind of, like, following the... it becomes kind of like Seven, in a way. It's got some Seven vibes to it.
Yeah, how they keep getting strung along by not the killer in this case, but by V.
Yeah, so anyway, Evie runs off, and she, let's see, Vatican Power. Evie tries to warn. D grows more suspicious. Mr. Creedy goes over and shuts down the investigation. He goes I think the deaths are related because they both worked at this research facility. And he goes, "Get it out of your mind, Mr. Finch."
Yep. He was telling them to, drop it.
Has anyone seen this report? That kind of shit.
Oh, that was after. No, that wasn't McCready. That was Sadler. Yeah, later on when he found the diary.
Lord Sadler.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Food for Estello.
I can't do it right now. My throat's all fucked up.
Don't worry about it.
God damn it! I did the Schmeagle voice, and now I'm all.
So this is when this lights a fire up the detective's ass. He's like, "Oh, now I have to fucking find out what's going on."
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, fuck that guy."
So
Even
anyway,
that guy can make him disappear.
Now we see the doctor, and V kills the doctor, right? And the detective reads the journal. Mr. Finch is warned. Put it out of your mind. And the journal is the COVID project. I mean, the project, right?
Yeah.
So here it goes. So the doctor is this lady, and at first she goes, these people, like they have all these people like just bald head shaved, totally processed, not talking, probably drugged up, and they're just kind of like sheeple. And she goes like, these people don't even know what they're doing for our country. Like, I despise them in a way. Like, you know, they don't fight, they don't talk, they don't do anything.
Just dehumanizing them.
Yeah, totally dehumanizing them. And we see like, you know, and it's dated like November the 4th, this happens. And we see these people are dropping like flies. There's mass graves where there's just like lye being poured, and they just keep dumping them with dump trucks. Very, very Nazi-esque.
Yeah.
And then she
not,
goes...
Not even like mass grave, just like a pit that they're throwing bodies
Exactly.
in. No burial, you know,
well, mass
ceremony.
grave. Yeah. And then she goes, but there is one person that strikes, one subject, rather, she says. She goes, the man in the 5th room, and we see 1, 2, 3, and it goes all the way
Roman numeral
to
5.
Yeah, to 5. And
Roman
then,
numeral, though.
And then she says, out of everybody that we've been experimenting on, his immune system has rejected this virus, you know, and
giving him abilities.
And she goes, he no longer feels pain. And does she mention he loses his eyesight?
No,
that's during the fire.
When he
that's during the
escapes.
fire. So
but
anyway,
she said like he does have like, you know, superhuman like abilities like strength and speed,
and it feels no pain.
There are no eyes.
There are no eyes. That's later. That's coming up. So then, but we see all the people in this that's involved in the movie. Like we see the television dude, and he's like, when V's about to kill him, he goes, "You went under a different name. It was Sergeant blah blah blah." You know, and when he was the guard or
he was
staff sergeant,
commander.
Yeah, commander, whatever.
Commander Crossroad.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then as he kills, when he goes on his revenge trope, he actually is referring to them, letting them know, hey, it was me, dick. You know, so anyway, finally there's an explosion. This is a really cool backstory scene, too, because it happens fast. It's not too long. It's filmed terrifically. Explosion breaks out, and she goes, after the explosion, you know, I saw him emerge, and he had no eyes, but he was staring right at me, and we see the...
Yeah, he looked like Spawn.
He did. I have that in my notes.
Yeah.
I have that in my notes.
Please, Todd McFarlane, make another Spawn. 97 Spawn was not good.
Hold on.
With one caveat. John Leguizamo's clown. His Violator. Excellent. Top tier. Recast John Leguizamo. But other than that,
Nick,
man, remake that movie.
How say you on 1997 Spawn?
Okay, I will say this. It was a product of its time for the graphics.
Thank you.
Which are not...
Yeah, they're not good. The chains are not good. But is it still watchable? Yeah. It's like Jaws of Revenge. It's not good.
It's a good background movie because now it's just okay. It's just there so I can have something playing in the background.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree.
I'm going to give it a serious
two
rewatch.
Things I would keep
John Leguizamo's clown.
Obviously, the Violator.
The main
and
chick
the actor
was cool.
that played Spawn.
Yeah, he's good. But also the main bad guy and the main chick were good too. Okay, back to this. I'm kind of sad that Jonathan and Ian just dropped out without even saying goodbye. Fuck the knife. Fuck it. Hoodcast AF. I mean.
Fuck the knife party too, please.
Yeah, please fuck us.
Yeah, and give us a shirt.
Those shirts should come with condoms. Well, you know we're paying for those fucking shirts, right? Not for all of them. We're paying for 12. I want a fucking receipt.
I want to
You mean we're paying for them?
Itemized receipt.
Well, here's the thing. He's going halvesies with us, so...
So he better not fuck us.
Oh, we could fuck him more and just go, you know what? We changed our mind.
And his 3 listeners wouldn't get a free shirt.
Ooh, he has more than 3, to be fair. Anyway, so now we see. So this is after this, we have Gordon, who is.
Oh yeah, because Evie runs out.
Evie runs out after the Vatican part.
Yep.
And
goes to Gordon's house.
She goes to Gordon, who is her old boss, who is the nice TV guy.
Mm-hmm.
And she runs in. She goes, I didn't know where else to go. And he invites her in, and he's like, are you all right? You know, what happened? And she kind of explains herself a little bit. And he goes, let me show you something.
Yeah,
and
you trusted me. Now
I
I'm going to
trust
trust you. And it's like, surprise, bitch. I got an underground shadow gallery
He's
as well.
got his own shadow gallery, yeah. And it's got like the Quran and a bunch of other stuff. And then she takes a look over her shoulder, and she sees some BDSM black and white kind of homoerotica. And he goes, oh, that. You see, a man of my stature, if I was to go with my appetites, I'd be black bagged and I'd be missing too.
Yeah.
And he goes, I have to choose very carefully who I keep my company within. So when I invite you to dinner, I had no intention.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for a show to see that, look, I'm entertaining women.
I'm a playboy.
I love women. I'm not gay.
As they called it in the past, a confirmed bachelor.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, because Northfire, super not cool with the gays.
Now, I think it cuts to the next morning when he makes her eggy in a basket.
Yeah, and then we start seeing more similarities between him and V.
And she goes like, wait a minute, V made this for me. And he goes, I have a confession to make, Evie Hammond. I am the terrorist V. Viva Revolution. And she goes, that's not funny.
It was kind of funny.
And then he goes, you know what's funny? Check out my latest episode.
Oh,
and it's the Benny Hill, where we see Lord Sadler and V, and he's like with a cigar and everything, and they're running around. They're doing the Benny Hill thing where they're running back and forth, and
he trips on his own shoes.
Trips on his own shoes, and he goes, "That man's an imposter. That man's an imposter. I want you to fire." And then they both shoot each other, and then the curtain goes down. It goes, the end. Da 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 da.
And V gets away. Yeah.
No, and then you see Sadler with his milk, and he crushes it in his hand while sitting in a chair.
That was milk. And he was making fun of him, saying, I like warm milk before bed.
Bed, yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay, yeah.
I just realized it this time watching it. So anyway, then Evie gets awoken, and we see Evie hide, and she's underneath the bed, and then we see him get black bagged.
Yep, by a scary British version
Not
of
so
Dick
funny
Cheney.
now, is it, funny man?
Not so funny now, is it, funny man? And he fucking hits him with that.
That dude's actually creepy.
No, that guy is definitely creepy. You know, that guy has worn a priest outfit with some girls wearing little girl outfits.
Definitely.
Dude, that guy is fucking... Out of everybody, I think he's scarier than Lord Sadler.
Yeah, he seems, like... He's a good figurehead. He does speeches and stuff like that, but the other guy, that's the brains.
McCready, right? McCready is the guy that's
like the head
funny
guy.
Man.
No,
Sadler is the main guy.
McCready's
his
the
underling
guy. Yeah.
Creepy Creedy is the head of the fingerman.
Yeah, he's like the he would be like the
Dick Cheney to George Bush. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say that, not as evil at all. I was gonna say like
Definitely
if Hitler was here, the leader of the SS Wampa would be McCready. Like you see what I mean?
Who's the leader of the Waffen SS?
I'm kind of glad that we don't know. That shows that we're not that hateful.
I
Rommel.
know, and
Robles?
I thought it was Rommel.
Oh my God. No, it was not Rommel.
No?
No, it was not Rommel. Rommel.
Did Indiana Jones fight him?
No.
Okay.
Anyway.
Because Indiana Jones, remember, did get a book autographed by Hitler.
Himmler.
Himmler! Thank
the head
you!
of the SS.
That's the fucking word. Yeah, so
Himmler.
And Himmler was eviler than Hitler. He was like, tap, tap, tap. Mr. Führers, I say we look for Jews underneath floorboards, yeah.
You just turned him into Christoph Waltz.
No, I hire the Jew hunters, yes. It's better than sucking off the family dogs, even.
Was he into that kind of shit? I wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
Hitler was really into dogs.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Anyway, so we see him black bag, right? And then she tries to escape via the lattice, and she makes it out. And then all of a
Rolls her
sudden,
ankle.
she rolls her ankle, and then boom, she gets grabbed. And you could tell. Gotcha. You could tell after watching this movie that that's V.
Yeah.
But not your first time, obviously.
No, because you watch it and the, like, sausage is showing between the gloves and like the eye slits.
Exactly. So now we see her story of her being confined to like a whole kind of type prison. It's got a toilet. It's got a slit door on the bottom. That's about it.
She gets pulled out every now and again to get,
Processed.
questioned or
No,
tortured.
remember, like, you have one chance to give us the name of code name V. And she's just shaking. He goes, process her.
And that's one thing I don't get because, okay, here, let me just ruin it. It's V. He's doing it to kind of,
What?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here!
Here's the problem. Part of it can't be V, though. When she's in that lighted room getting her head shaved, if you look at the person wearing the clear gloves, that's not sausage fingers. That's not V. Who else was shaving her head?
That is the actor Hugo Weaving.
Right.
He's probably smart enough to figure out some sort of makeup. Like maybe white gloves underneath the plastic gloves.
Maybe. But every other thing is done with, shadow and light.
Shadow play. Love
to
it.
kind of, hide who he is.
And even like later on when we see the guards or mannequins that are armed with MP5s, love that. Really. And then all of a sudden.
I do love the MP5.
So she's starting to lose hope. And it seems like every day she gets pulled out, beat up, like waterboarded. This can all end right now. All you have to do is give us a name or an address or
Give
whatever.
us one
The color of the stone.
information.
You know something.
Yep.
It must be underground. Give us something. And
She won't do it.
She won't do it. And at first, you're kind of like, well, she probably doesn't know these details. But when they're just like, give us something, anything, the color of the stone, this and that, maybe the smell of something, right? He's giving her an out. And then at a certain point, that's when we get our toilet paper story.
Yep. So in between torture sessions, she's reading a story that's written on toilet paper about a lesbian woman who got abducted by
Hold
Fingerman.
on. Starts off as this woman, she talks about like, this is my autobiography and it's written on toilet paper. I can't believe this, but I got to tell you my story because I'll be killed the next morning. She starts off about growing up and the rain.
Growing up gay, coming out.
Her parents throw her out of the house. They throw away like her fucking childhood photo, which is fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Really bizarre. Because if this supposed to take place in 2005, even if it's post-apocalyptic, you would think they're like, okay, we're going to help keep the secret, but you need to break up with your girl, or at least not. There would be some kind. Like, I don't know how brainwashed the parents were about. Oh, and by the way, we find out more about Evie's parents, how they were activists.
Yep.
And this is really where the detective's like, we need to find her. She's the key to everything. Back to the
because her brother was one of the victims of St. Mary's.
What started this whole bullshit.
Yes. It all goes back to that, and you even see the pin board of everything going back to Evie, and that's when Finch is like, we need to secure her number one.
Yep. So she finishes the story. Yeah, she gets
Wait a minute, let's talk about the story a little bit, though. So the story talks about her being an actress, and it was like what she always wanted to do is theater, obviously.
Beats the love of her life.
You know, gay people love theater. Nothing wrong with that. Rocky. See how I brought it back?
I did.
And then she meets like the love of her life. Fun fact, everyone on the set of that fake movie was actually everyone on the set of this movie. They didn't hire any extras.
They did. Okay.
I bet you SAG was pissed. Because they didn't have a line.
I kind of want to rewatch it.
So then they get an apartment together, and her whole thing is growing Scarlet Carsons.
They just look like roses to me, but okay.
No, it's a version of a rose. She even says the whole house. So Scarlet Carsons are a wild rose, but they can be. They always look like they're in full bloom. They don't have like the lips. You know, they always kind of like look like carnations in a way. But they are a version of a bramble rose. And she talks about how, you know, her lover was really good at maintaining them. Now, here goes a funny thing. about lesbian relationships. They don't last as long as theirs did. They really don't. Every lesbian I know who I'm really good friends with always cry on my shoulder about every year and a half, if that, because they break up and it's always a bad breakup.
I've seen the opposite. I've seen
Really?
I've seen ones that like got together. They've been together like their whole lives.
No, well, here goes the thing about that though. Always when they break up, they don't like break up, but they break up and then they constantly hound each other and then they end up hooking back up and then they break up again and it's like
it's everyone.
No, it's not.
Oh, you haven't yo-yoed a girl back and forth, like you and her on again, off again.
If you break up for a reason. Every time I broke up, there's only been one instance where I've ever made that stupid mistake, and I was in my early 20s.
Everyone's done it.
Once. I know people that are serial break up with each other's back together, and I'm talking...
Ready? Redhead.
No.
No? Okay, I thought that was going to be the deciding factor there.
No, one was blonde and one's dirty,
dirty
light brown hair. Anyway, but they were both butches, and the funny thing is, they were the ones that got their hearts broken the most. Yeah, you would think the femme would do it, but no.
Oh, no, I thought you meant, like, for your type.
No, I'm talking about my lesbian friends that I know. Actually, I don't want to give out their names, but...
Yeah, don't do it.
The couple lesbian friends I have, their breakups were fucking dynamite explosion bad.
Yeah, I'm talking about tears at work have to be sent home because they're freaking out kind of shit, banging their head against lockers. I'm like, whoa, get back in your Subaru, go home, have some weed, chill.
Yeah, you know some crazies.
No, actually, both of them drove a Subaru. I'm not even lying. Well, one of them drove a Mustang. Anyway, back to this. So we get her whole backstory, and then we see her lover get disappear, obviously black bagged, and then one of the coolest, most dramatic scenes in the movie. She knows they're coming after him, and she's just on the couch.
Like, I give no fucks. Just
I give zero fucks, staring forward, And the end of it is like, well, so I'm going to be executed tomorrow, and I just thought you should know I love you. I don't care who you are. As long as you've read to this point, just know that I love you, and you are loved, and I'm very,
Hopefully you get out of the situation.
Hopefully you get out of this. And that's where V walks in. It's obviously not V, and he goes like, so you're ready to die. Take her outside and execute her by the chemical plant. And then they're like, this is your last chance. What do you say? And the voice is different.
Yeah, he does different voices. And she's like, I'd rather go behind the chemical shed.
She goes, I think I'm ready for the chemical shed. Yeah. I just love that line.
The last voice is actually his normal voice.
That's Hugo Weaving's real normal voice. Anyway.
Not the V voice.
So then he says... So then you're free. And he walks away, and the door's wide open, and then you see her...
You have no fear anymore. You have nothing to fear anymore.
She walks out.
Freaking out. She sees the mannequin, pops back in.
First, she's like, wait a minute, and she starts walking like super gingerly, and she's walking around. You can tell she's shell-shocked. And then she sees the man... You're right. And she goes over and goes...
Yeah, tap, tap.
And she's like, what the fuck? And then she opens the door... And she's in the night gallery, and V's waiting for her, and he goes, hello, Evie.
Yeah, like he wasn't the one just doing that shit.
And she gets fucking ballistic pissed. And he goes, I know it hurt. And she breaks down, and he's like, I know it hurt you, but I know what happened to your family. I know more about you than you know, and this and that. And
he didn't want to do it to her.
And he goes, I didn't want every day. I thought I would break, and I thought you would break, and I wanted you to break, but you didn't, and you're strong. And then she goes, I need some air. And then he brings her outside, and we get our Shawshank Redemption moment.
Where she's in the lightning and the rain, yeah.
It's awesome, by the way. And then it cuts back to him coming out of the fire doing the same motion. Mm-hmm. Really cool scene, dude.
Him with fire, her with water.
Exactly.
And lightning.
So now on this, we have, let's see, journal... Gordon.
I forget where we are too after that.
The whole scene.
All I know is after that she fucks off. She's like, okay, well I'm gonna leave for a little bit.
Yeah, she goes, and he goes, where are we going? She goes, I don't know, I'll figure it out. So now we have the train attack with Mr. Finch.
The train. Supply train.
Yeah, not the part you're thinking, not the end part.
Yeah.
But there's a supply train, and this is where the government is balls deep up to 100% propaganda, where they're going like, they're just totally doubling down. Like on, like, I don't want this being played, this can't happen. And Lord Sadler goes like, this is the last straw. You all will fucking die if this doesn't go my way, because it's like the 3rd of November now. It's like really close.
We need to remind them of why they need us.
Exactly. And this is where Mr. Finch walks in, and he's got like this descrambler device, and he puts it down, and then he just says to his partner, like, what if this whole experiment caused this and this? And he explains the plot.
I've got to say this out loud. I don't care what you think. I just have to say it.
And then, meanwhile, as he's explaining the plot, you see one domino go down and one domino go down. And
It's like, oh, look at him. He's putting it all together.
And then he goes, so, Detective Finch, what does this mean? He goes, I don't know. I don't know.
He makes it sound like, he went, he said he went to the site of St. Mary's.
Yeah.
He's like, I could see it all coming together. I knew what happened. I knew what's going to happen. He's like, so you know the future? He's like, no, it was just a feeling. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just great because he goes, even though he does.
Yeah.
So then the detectives, right, they figure out, like, everyone in the government's involved. Everyone, right? But then they get a communique that somebody, like one of the only other survivors, not V, but the other survivor, wants to meet with them, right? And he's got he contacts them, and they meet, this is what I said, train. They meet at a train station, and he goes like, and then this character puts down a blocker, and he goes, I'm going to tell you exactly, and he goes, tell us what we want to know, and he goes, Detective, you already know what you know. You just don't have the timeline in place.
You don't have the story.
You don't have the story. So here's the story. And he tells the story about how this whole government he goes like, imagine if you will, there's political chaos.
Politician.
Yeah, go ahead. You probably...
A young, ambitious politician who, instead of coming up with this weapon to use against their enemies,
they use it against themselves.
Country.
And that is where the first attack happens, is on that train, and then the second attack happens in a school. Mm-hmm. And they blame it
on the water treatment.
Comes a spider.
And then along comes a spider. And then the third was at a water treatment plant. And then it's like, but lo and behold, a miracle cure comes out of nowhere. And its stock prices go up. And everyone involved rises to power.
And it's a miracle from God.
It's a miracle from God. And yes, and then you see Lord Sadler, like with gloves on, doing the whole Hitler thing, and and he goes, and the political party rises to power, and everyone else's votes drop, and Sadler's in charge.
Yeah, you get to see it's like the whole, everybody's voting for Northfire, and then like the Labor Party and then the Conservative Party. It's like, oh shit, yeah, they got ousted.
And then he says, well, how will we find you? He goes, you won't. And he leaves, and then, they're like, okay, what to do? Then we see McCready, and he's talking to, I don't know if he's talking to the...
Oh, no, the doctor tells the cops that they need to put surveillance on McCready. And it's like, hey, surveil him at all times. Once I feel like you know his every move, then I'll contact you.
Exactly.
So,
we forgot to mention the doctor too kills her. He gives her a Scarlet Carson, and she goes like, "Are you going to kill me?" And he goes, "I already did in your sleep
10 minutes ago."
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And he shows the needle. She goes, "Is there any pain?" He goes, "No." And she's like, "Thank you."
Not that doctor. The other one, was it Mulgrave or something like that?
Worthless to apologize. Never.
Yeah, that part is cool. I mean, the thing is, yeah, she's on the shit list, but at least he was a gentleman about it.
And she did regret what she did.
And she did like fucking murder a lot of people, by proxy.
It's for the greater good.
The greater good.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, the ice cream trilogy?
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about doing that. Nicole wants it so bad. I was thinking about doing that January. If you guys are down.
Add it to the list.
Okay.
The Blood and Ice Cream trilogy.
I am down for it. I'm also down for, like, in the next 20 minutes here, just throwing on Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's doable. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Yeah.
On a side note, apparently the movie is good.
Oh, I've heard it's garbage.
It's not Willy's Wonderland, so it's fucking terrible.
Dude, all right, we're going to have a review, and it's not going to be a review. It is going to be a review. I was thinking about putting it behind a paywall, but we could do it. Maybe it'll just be a special episode where we do versus Five Nights versus Willy's.
Oh, yeah. I would be down.
It's not. Maybe it's a cinema, instead of cinema court, cinema battle.
I'm down. Yeah.
Like, we've never done this movie versus that. Maybe we should do that. I mean, we kind of did that with Friday the 13th Part 3. We kept comparing it to number 2 over and over again. Anyway.
But no, this is...
Welcome to the Cutting Room Coliseum.
Movies exactly the same going against each other.
Yeah. And, we should. Like, monster versus monster, hero versus hero, movie versus movie, music versus music. There's no way you're going to... There is no way. There is zero way that I'm going to find Five Nights more entertaining than Willy's.
It would have to do a lot to win
Because
that.
Willy's to me is like junk food. I could watch that movie right now and like be playing like Pokemon or whatever and still enjoy the movie because it's such a fucking good movie, but you don't need to pay attention to it. It's a popcorn movie, but it's a goddamn great popcorn movie.
It is.
Anyway, so back to this. MacReady is visited in his greenhouse, Scarlet Carnations, by V, and he goes like, I want Sadler. And he goes, what will I get in return? And he puts the knife up to him and he goes, I can kill you right now, you know. And he goes, I understand, bollocks. And then he goes,
I'll give you me.
He goes, I'll give you me and you will be in charge. And then he's like, and he goes, put an X on your door if you agree. And he hands him a piece of chalk. And then now this is where the detective spells everything out. And this is where you see all these masks being delivered to all these doors. And
over 300,000 and rising.
And you see all these people who are at the bars watching the original broadcast. You see that little girl with the glasses. You see this retirement folks home. And all these things. Can you sign for this? Can you sign for this? And you see all these trucks going out. And then you see Lord Sadler doing his address, but no one's at home.
Nope, everyone's gone.
And you see the little girl, and she's got her glasses taped over the mask, and she's got like the cape. And then the detective goes,
spray painting the V symbol.
Not yet. And you see the detective goes, this is a powder keg. It's going to take one person doing one stupid thing, and boom. And that's when you see V hit the dominoes, and they start going, and then you see the fingerman shoot the girl as she's spray painting the V. She's not done. She went halfway, and you just see all these people coming up, and the fingerman showing his badge, and it's like, bitch, it's way past that point.
Yeah, you're getting shoveled to the face.
Way past that point.
Pipe wrench to the face. Something.
And then you see the V go down, and he grabs the last domino. How cool is that to an end of Act 3, by the way?
That was really awesome. And then
it cuts
picks
to...
it up and looks at it. It's like, that's me.
But
then
the
last piece in all this.
But it cuts to the X on the door.
Yes.
That MacReady went, okay, fine.
And then he broke the chalk because he was angry. I was like...
So then we see Lord Sadler doing his address, but it turns out he's not there because he's black bag on his knees at the fucking subway station.
Crying like a bitch, may I add.
And he's like...
Not just yet. We're almost there.
Okay, go ahead, Nick.
Because after he begrudgingly accepted the deal, it fast forwards to right before the night of the 4th, where Evie pays V a visit.
Yeah. And he goes, I've danced to every song on this jukebox except for this one. But before she pays him a visit, she's watching the Count of Monte Cristo on a couch, and she's like, maybe I should see him?
Yeah.
And she said, I wanted to see you one last time. Remember?
Yes, I should call him.
Yeah.
You know what? I wonder what V is up to. He's such a great person. He makes a
like,
good...
I kept, every time I heard a siren, I was wondering if, that was if they caught you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, fake ID works better than a Foxian mask.
Exactly. This is so this is like the preamble of what's going to happen, like you guys were saying. So
and a revolution without dancing is a revolution not worth having.
Exactly. So he goes, I've heard everyone except for this one, and they dance, and it's kind of
Crimea River.
No, it wasn't Justin Timberlake. And it wasn't Painted Black either.
Not the other one.
Either way, so they start a dancing, and now it's time for the big day. Lord Sadler is on his knees, crying like a bitch, broken nose, and McCready's like, so here he is, and he goes, do it. And then he shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, now it's time for you. And he goes, we have one thing in common, Mr. Creedy. And he goes, what's that? And he goes, we're both going to die. And he goes, what are you talking about? We have guns. You have knives and your fancy karate. And he goes, no, Mr. Creedy, what you have is bullets. And when your bullets are gone, you will find my hands wrapped around your neck. And he goes, bollocks.
What you have is bullets and the hope that by the time you are empty, I'll be dead. Because if you won't, if I'm not,
you'll be dead before you have a chance to reload.
You're going to die before you reload.
It's great scene. Now, you said some of the fight effects are kind of dated.
No, just like the little wispies when he's moving the knives around.
It's so cool that where he goes and he does a Raphael thing where he's got like there's one knife and it turns into like 2 or 3.
And it turns into a V.
Yeah, exactly. And he throws them.
And they do that over under flipping.
You got to admit though, the action scenes, not the bullet time, fighting. The actual fighting is good.
Yeah.
And of course the blood, you could tell it's CGI and blah 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 blah.
Not all of it. It was still it was okay for the blood.
But I love it when you see the chambers in the revolver click over.
That was actually one of my other sins. There's the second to the last shot, you see the wheel move and it's an empty chamber and it fires again and then it goes to another empty chamber and then it's like click. Because he's out.
Okay, hold on real quick.
Well, you got to remember, by the time after he is reloaded the first time, he's panic loading.
Well, he wasn't loading. It's just it was a revolver. So as it's turning, you see one with a round turn, and it goes off. And then the next one.
You're gonna have to rewatch this because I think it's showing it from the angle.
You think it's showing the cylinder to the side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
I think it's showing it from the 9 o'clock side and not the 12 o'clock side. Because I hear what you're saying, and it kind of got to me a little bit too. But I rewatched this movie yesterday, and I'm like, oh, I guess it's not a cinema sin, and deleted it. So I think it's because it's at a 45-degree angle. And then when you see them emptying it, that's when V goes on the thing. Anyway, he goes to Mr. McCready, and McCready has a great line, too, before the scene. He goes, if V gets his way, I'm not going to be reading the morning news. I'm going to be reading my promotion. Or he says something along
the lines. Mr. Creedy's resignation.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what makes him, finally decide, you know what, fuck this guy. He's going to kill me anyway.
Yeah. I mean...
And V put it up to him. He's like, it's the only way you're going to stop me.
Yep. This is the only way where we both win and I die and you get me. Now,
surprise. Nope,
V is shot the fuck up, but yet he's still standing. He's all fucked up, and then he starts loading in his train, and this is where both Detective Finch and Evie
finally
meet. And V's all fucked up, and he goes, I give you the gallery. I give it all to you. And he gives her the domino. And then he's like, she lays him out with all the scarlet carnation.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah.
That was
Go
kind
for
of
a second. I need to look something up.
Yeah. He admitted that, it's like, I've only been focused on revenge. You were I loved you, but I didn't know if I could. And she said, I don't want you to die. And he says, that's the most beautiful thing you've done for me. And dies. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and
so Evie's gonna be the one to take over.
What's the name of that fucking song?
1812 Overture.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you didn't have that queued up.
Well, I'm doing it now, ass.
I know. So, he's all laid out on the train. Evie's got her hand on the lever. She's about to send it. And, here comes Finch. It's like, hey, hand off the lever. And she's like, no. Just that's what the fuck you going to do?
No. He goes, get your hand off the lever. And he's like, she's like, to what end? Kind of thing?
Yeah, no.
Like,
straight up said no.
Yeah, she's like basically, he goes, she goes, you know what's going to happen if I don't do this? Nothing. Or something along those lines.
Like, she said he was right. The country needs more than a building. A country needs hope.
Yeah.
And then, she sends it and he puts his gun down.
They have like a really cool moment and then they go up to the same building to watch what happens. And, she's like, no, Finch goes, who was it? But first, we see all of England coming with all the V-masks and the cloaks.
Mm-hmm. And because, like most dictatorships, they have like a few people with power and then nobody else has power. The few people are the ones who dictate everything.
There's got to be
now
300 soldiers versus 30,000 people.
Yeah. So now you have these commanders going, we can't get a hold of any of the higher-ups. What do we do?
Yeah, what do we do? Stand down.
Fuck it, stand down, And
we can't get a hold of the Chancellor. We can't get a hold of Party Leader Creedy.
Exactly.
What do we do?
Stand down.
Yeah, just don't fuck around with this.
So, and then we get, this is, it's all coming down. And the scene is really cool. When they're hopping over the barricades and shit, dude, this is when you're not, like, sad at a movie, but when you almost well up in tears because you're like, fuck yeah!
Yes.
This is one of those moments where it's like, I'm not crying like a bitch, but, like, I'm very, very so emotionally invested that, like, you almost, like, you're, like, welling up a little bit,
It's that,
Lord of the Rings
end. Yes, oh my God, yes. The hope. Well,
it's kind of like in a Lord of the Rings movie when they end where you're, like, so emotionally invested, especially the first time you see him, kind of thing. And, but the coolest part is...
It's that 11th hour rescue feel.
Yes, and also the clock is at 11:05, so it's that V, and it's counting down, And the greatest part is as they walk in,
your tone influences how.
What the fuck? Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba. No, I never felt so good,
so good, so good.
Okay. Anyway, so after all this crap, are you serious? You're still doing advertisements? What the fuck? Can we get... Okay, there we go.
1812 Overture Finale.
So...
This whole thing is like 2 hours. Just
Anyway, I just wanted to play... This one has cannons.
Oh, this is a good one. Yeah.
It says it does. So, the greatest thing about this scene is I just love seeing all these soldiers and they can't do shit. And this is not like a BLM riot where there's like bottles and rocks thrown, or it's not like an Israel Hamas riot where like people are actually trying. This is actually what a peaceful protest should look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't shoot. We're just here to stand and watch. Like, we're showing solidarity.
Oh, that shit would not fly. Yeah, no. In the U.S., one cop just, show me your hands. I don't know. Pop. And then it's, yeah.
No, but if there actually was, like, a college pro-Israel, like real peaceful protest of just people standing there, like, holding flags or whatnot, or even if it is BLM, or even if it is pro-Palestine, I would respect the fuck out of somebody that just go, hey, we're doing a protest. We're not going to say a word. We're just going to stand here in solidarity. We're not going to block traffic. We're not going to do any of that shit. Right? So that's kind of what they do.
Blocking traffic shit's getting fucking annoying.
It is. Oh, dude, I will hit a motherfucker. Get in my way. All right, let's get to the good part. Damn it. Yeah. So.
This is not even the good man. Like I told you, this thing's like 2 hours long.
Is it?
No, not 2 hours. It's a long time coming.
It's 15 minutes. We're getting there. So anyway, Evie finally pushes the thing and you see the train go down. And remember, these are abandoned rails. They don't even know if they fucking work anymore. And you see...
He said it took 10 years or 20 years to clear the tracks.
Something like that.
Yeah, long time.
So either way, he's moving down.
Years to
What's up?
clear the track and then lay some of his own.
Exactly. Lay some pipe.
It took 10 years to
Yeah.
clear all the tracks and lay some of his own.
So we see the car go down and boom, all of Parliament goes down with Big Ben.
Yep. And it makes a big gong noise as it blows up.
Oh, it is
kinda cool.
so good.
Yeah. What I really liked about this scene is, getting to see, all the explosions and everything, and then you see all the people in the crowd start unmasking.
I was just about to say that.
And it's everyone who's been
Dead.
killed.
Everyone that's dead in the movie. Yeah, you see the lesbian actor girl. You see the little girl with the glasses. And you see everybody that, has been a victim of all this bullshit. And, Mr. Finch goes like, who was he? And she goes, he was my father. He was my lover. He was my brother. He was you. He was we. He was us.
Yeah.
And then that's when all the masks come off.
Yeah, it was an awesome ending for the movie.
Sorry for fucking up the music on that one, but you know what?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Hey, you got the good one. The one
Yeah!
with cannons in it, so I'm happy. Tchaikovsky still looks disappointed in you, though.
He does.
He always does. He's Russian.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not blinking. Maybe he's related to McCready? Lord Sadler.
Yeah. But no, that's V for Vendetta, everyone. Good movie. Fantastic.
Great movie.
Acting.
We're giving it a 94 altogether, right?
95. Because
And
he had 94, I had 96.
We did lose 2 people during this, but I didn't think they'd stick around. But we did do an After Dark. Sorry, Neo, you missed the After Dark. It was
After Dark.
A little bit before. But, you'll be able to hear it. So, Neo, here's the thing. We have our schedule, right? I showed you guys everything is coming out. But because Five Nights at Freddy is coming out,
yeah,
should we all watch it and maybe on Tuesday do a review? Tuesday's Halloween, we can't do it. Shit.
Say, aren't we doing a Halloween party?
Exactly.
Well, we'll definitely talk about it.
We'll definitely talk about it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. But the Halloween party is going to be on and off. It's going to be a little crazy. I think that the Halloween show will probably be around the time trick-or-treaties are gone. So it's probably going to go around 10 our time. I know you stay up late, so it really doesn't matter. But
yeah,
that's gonna be a rough one for me.
Well, dude, you get off around around 8, or you'll be here around 8.
Yeah, I'll be here around 8.
Yeah, just hang out till
I get off work at 8 your time. So
yeah, so there you go. Well, I mean, you don't have to be on the show the whole time. It's going to be kind of like a fuck it, we're partying. Oh,
yeah,
it's going to be a whatever show. It's going to be an After Dark, but it's going to be a Halloween After Dark special. After Dark. Shit, guys. Well, hey, man, that's 2 hours of V for Vendetta. So we did our job because that's under the runtime of this movie.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to say this, though. So I said top 10 comic book movies. I'd probably put this not in the head of The Crow. I think Crow's number 1 for me.
For you.
This is probably number 2 or 3. I love Watchmen so much, though.
Yeah, Watchmen's my number 1.
Watchmen's my number 2. I'm going to say this is my number 3. And then Scott Pilgrim probably number... No. Sorry. Stop the bike. Forgot. Batman is my number... Batman 89. Then Watchmen. Then this.
it's in your top 5.
It's in the top 5, yeah.
And then Scott Pilgrim's still in there. It's got to be number... I love fucking Scott Pilgrim. I'm probably the only guy... The only goth kid that actually really likes Scott Pilgrim.
I love Scott Pilgrim.
Fucking love Scott.
I'm looking forward to the cartoon when it hits.
Yes. Dude, my wife's pussy is so wet for that show. I guarantee it's going to be good. It's got to be, right?
God, I thought about firing up my Xbox just so I could play Scott Pilgrim versus the World again.
Oh, dude, I have it on Nintendo Switch.
It was on Switch?
It was.
Fuck.
I've got it on PlayStation.
I have it on PS. Dude, we should play it on PlayStation. Do you have Nega Scott unlocked?
No.
I do. I also have Knives Chow unlocked. All right, guys, let's get out of here and let's watch some fucking stupid animatronic piece of shit movie. What do you say?
And not the fun one.
Not the fun one. Neo, we will see you. We will see you this Tuesday on Halloween, dude. As is being filmed, obviously, this is before Halloween. All y'all motherfuckers that are not paying for the show, it is $1 to get all our shit early. This is probably going to air early December, believe it or not.
Oh my God.
We are like almost 2 months ahead.
Well, they should have thought of that before they decided to become peasants.
So when they go like, oh, fucking Halloween episodes and fucking Christmas, yeah, ass, get $1, join the party.
Don't be a peasant anymore.
Don't be a dick. All right, guys. Love you all. Be kind, rewind, and anything else from the Peanut Gallery? We good?
No, we're good.
All right.
Free Palestine.
All right. Dude, I'm not. Dude. That's the end of the fucking
See you
episode.
guys.
You were so fired.